Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the On the Go Show with Jacob and James. Let's get up and boogie to the beat of the On the Go Show. Don't be lazy, come on and get up, get down. Let the fun take over your body. Dance to the rhythm of that funky beat.
You know what I've been thinking about, James? Time travel. I've been thinking about time travel the last couple mornings, I suppose, a couple days. I don't know. It's been in my mind, but I was thinking that I don't think we can really truly have time travel. I don't think it's gonna work.
Why is that?
I don't think it's gonna work because I feel like as soon as time travel is a thing and we know it's a thing, I don't think any of us could trust our realities after that. I think reality for a lot of people would just like instantly break. Not literally, but like in their heads, right? Because I think you would have to question everything in history from that point on. Just knowing that, like, if the government, right? If the government had come out and we were like, hey, we figured out time travel, right? Instantly, you would be like, all right, you figured out time travel. What did you go back and change? Why is the Holocaust still a thing? Why is this still a thing? I think every major world event would be a questionable activity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I ain't even gotta go that deep. Just go simpler than that. Just, I mean, time travel, people just, the world would be even more chaotic than it already is today.
Right.
I get that deep with it.
Well, I don't think it would, you know, I went the government route because I feel like time travel is not going to be an easy accessible thing. It's not going to be like the movies where like some guy makes it in his basement and then he goes back to 5th grade and kisses the girl or whatever, and then butterfly effect.
No.
It would be like government scientists figured it out, and then the moment they announce it, everything up to that point becomes questionable. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly wouldn't trust anything with this current administration to go and doing time travel of any sorts at all. So, yeah, I would not want to trust.
No, but yeah, I don't know. I've just been thinking about it the last couple of mornings for some reason. It just popped into my head. I was like, I don't think time travel can work. I don't think it can actually exist because I think reality-wise, it would just we're already like a very skeptical species, some more than others. So I think when you throw in time travel to the mix, I mean, look at what's going on with AI, right? AI is already becoming like getting onto the cusp of almost too realistic. We've talked about the VO stuff. We've talked about the prompts. Like it's getting to the singularity point. I suppose that's the proper term for it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's already kind of scary and creepy. So I think time travel would just be like the icing on the cake at that point. It's just like, oh no, now we really can't trust anything. Like, are my memories my memories? Have I existed like this before? Did I always like eating peanut butter? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like the government probably keep it to themselves. They probably tell anybody about it.
Yeah, that would be the smart thing to do. But the government's not always smart. The government's not always smart.
Not even a little bit.
No.
Not even a little bit.
Not at all. Not at all. So then that's my thought for the week. James, what have you been doing?
Well, I mean, back in the real world, I mean, it was raining before we did this podcast, and it was raining and thunder, and like a doggone hurricane was coming.
Oh,
so
yeah?
it stopped all of a sudden. Yeah, I didn't think we were going to do the podcast at first.
Oh, no?
So, yeah, it's because it was over here, it has a very weak electricity on it. So whenever it rains and lightens, you never know what's going to happen. We lose signal and everything else. But
right.
Luckily, everything has stopped. Well, I'm just happy because of the simple fact that it's not flooding anywhere. And we live in a low-lying area, so it floods a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that we got some cool weather because it's been hot as hell for the past few damn days.
Oh, yeah. It's supposed to be a quote-unquote cool front.
Yeah. That's what you want to call it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to get down to the 80s.
Yeah, to the 80s.
Put your sweater on, James. It's going to get chilly.
Yeah, no. But when I was going to the store the day before yesterday, as we got the riots, well, I can't stop saying riots because it wasn't a riot until
propaganda,
the military, until Trump was involved.
Yeah.
But I was talking to this guy, and he's Hispanic, and he was a little worried because his family was they got certain issues.
Right.
And I was like, well, I mean, I know we've had him in Houston. Ice was coming to Houston. Like it's almost like the circus at this point. You feel like Ray Bar and Bailey is like, oh, hey, get ready, y'all.
Ice is in town. Get your popcorn.
Ice is in town. Ice is in town. So it's just like it's one of those situations where everyone's like on hands, kind of like worried and stuff like that, especially in the predominantly high Mexican areas.
Right.
You know, those people are the ones that's like most worried because you know to know the person that gets bump in your house and just snatch you up. It's kind of messed up. So I understand. I get it. But I told him, I was like, man, you shouldn't have nothing to worry about, man.
Nah.
You shouldn't have to worry about it. And at the same time, I told him, so you will hook me up with 2 of these tacos? What? You will hook me with 2 of these? So he gave me 2 tacos. So like that, we were just sitting down talking.
That's funny.
And it was all good. He actually made some pretty damn good tacos, by the way. He made some. I was like, God damn, this is really good. Is this what you like when you worried? This is like when you worried. I need you to make more of these.
Right.
Oh, man, he has guacamole on there. Some fajita meat.
Not the guac.
Yeah, put the tacos on the grill. Oh, man, it was amazing. This guy, oh, man. I love making Mexican food anyway because the ideas that you can come up with. But, man, this guy was great. He was amazing. He was amazing. There.
Yeah.
Now, see, I know if Trump fat ass was to eat one of these tacos, he would not feel the same way about deporting people. I bet he ate one of these tacos. You would not feel the same way.
He doesn't know what a taco tastes like. He eats McDonald's, right? That's
he eats McDonald's and KFC.
Big Macs. Does he eat KFC? I think he just eats McDonald's and whatever Russians eat.
All the stuff that Robert F. Kennedy is allegedly trying to stop us from eating, this fat ass is over here eating it. Like, why don't you stop him first before you get to us?
Right.
Why don't you stop him first? We good. We have portion control. I have portion control. I can stop. You know what I'm saying? I can stop what I'm eating. So I'm good to go. And so yeah, that was a fun time. That was a fun day. It was just random. I don't go out and talk to people 24/7. So
no, of course
when I do see people, it was just we both stopped and looked at the news on the TV because it was a TV right next to where we were. And you couldn't help but see it. So it was just like, oh, man, it's messed up.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, it's messed up, right? It was kind of like broken English, but I can still understand what he was saying. I kind of understand a little bit of Spanish.
Yeah. What's the address to this place?
What place?
The place you got the tacos from.
Oh, it was a place next to Fiesta.
Okay.
Over there. It was in my hood.
I gotcha.
Yeah, it was next to Fiesta. It was like a little food grill that person has. And most of the time before you go in, there's always like a little food grill place. It's not they trying to make money too.
All right.
Because there's a food place inside Fiesta and there's a food place kind of outside. And they also have like food trucks and stuff like that. And I love food trucks. Food trucks, in my opinion, are the way of the future.
Would you ever invest in a food truck?
Yeah, I would. If I definitely would. Food trucks are the way of the future. And especially during COVID, they got even more popular after COVID. Because, that was a way of your ass eat outside. You ain't got to come in. There's no come inside. There's no none of that. It just get your food and go on about your business.
Right. And the restaurant comes to you. Yeah,
the restaurant comes to you, or you go to the,
or you go to the restaurant.
And it's easy. Yeah, it's affordable. It's really, really easy. Like California and New York are the main, I want to say the main spots that have food trucks the most. And the way they have them positioned is very easy to get to.
Mm-hmm.
Houston, we have them, but it's like like most of the time it's in a gallery. Oh, like over there at Westheimer. And it's like it sits out in the parking lot.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, it sits out in the parking lot and there's like dozens of food trucks right there in that area. So I like going to food trucks. It's just, I don't know, it feels a lot more authentic. And they got passion. They feel they got passion in it because they know they can't lose it.
Yeah, they don't want to lose the truck.
Yeah, they don't want to lose the truck. So they're making the food from their heart. So they the food that they give you, like they front load it. Like they give you so much of it. That's like, damn, you made all this in the food truck?
Nice.
Like they give you so much of it because they got to pay for so much stuff. Food, truck, what's that, propane. All those different things they have to pay for, back there. So I have a great, great appreciation for it. I almost am getting tired of restaurants because it's somewhat a little bit overrated. The restaurant experience is not what it used to be, especially when we got kids involved.
I feel like the same way. I don't know. I feel like restaurants don't hit the same as they used to. I don't know. Because like growing up, certain restaurants felt more higher end than they actually are, like Olive Garden, Red Lobster, those kind of places. They always felt like they were a little bit more fancy. And then at a certain point, I came to realize, like, no, these are just like mid-level restaurants. Like these aren't even that great.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Like,
no doubt. No, yeah, that's 100% true. Yeah.
We ate out at this place called Seasons 52 over the weekend. It was a really, really nice restaurant. Like an actual higher end restaurant. Like everything on the menu is like $30, $40 or whatever. Khadija got our bonus over the weekend, so we kind of had like a nice little splurgy weekend. So
nice.
Yeah. So we went out over there. I had like a surf and turf because like they had a steak and lobster tail combo thing. Yeah. It was really nice. But you know, outside of that, we don't eat at that kind of restaurant all the time. We normally eat at like a Chili's or Olive Garden.
Well, yeah, I mean, when we were younger, we went to Olive Garden and Red Lobster, especially when I got a little older and, you know, before I graduated high school. I used to take out dates. You know, high school date, I used to go Red Lobster and Olive Garden. Those were places that you went to.
Because they felt like the nicer places.
They felt like the nicer places, but then when you got older, it was like, oh, man.
They ain't so nice.
Yeah, well, yeah, you start experiencing more restaurants. And, you know, the best restaurants are usually the restaurants are not name brand. They're not franchise owned.
Yeah.
They're not franchise, you know, they're not franchise owned restaurants. They're little mom and pop spots.
Yeah. Or like those restaurants that change the menu every night. Every night's a different menu, you know? Like it's the Bear, right? You got a new dinner service every day is like something different, something
and
creative.
Those places, once again, those places have to really step up. They have to put their all in it because at any point in time, they could be shut down or they can have a food review that gets back and they're in trouble. Oh,
yeah. Life is on the line.
Yeah, their life is on the line. Their livelihood with a franchise-owned restaurant, their livelihood not on the line. All they got to do is call corporate.
That is true. I guess it depends. I mean, you still put like a substantial amount of money into it because if you buy into a franchise, right? Because you have like the franchisees or the franchisors. I don't know, the ones who go into the franchise. They still put money into it, so they're still like, you know, there is risk there.
But I'm talking about, you know, with a franchise restaurant, you got 5-6 Red Lobsters in the city.
Yeah.
You know,
so you can call another Red Lobster and they'll bring over something you're missing, right? Like if you run out of something, you have like a safety net of sorts.
Yeah. And you got if you run out of a certain grocery product in your own restaurant that you funded, that you built from the ground up, then you got to go to a market, you know, a farmer's market. Like every morning, these guys have to go to a farmer's market to get all these different things. You know, it's the inner workings of your own restaurant is so much more tedious than a franchise restaurant.
Right.
With a franchise restaurant, you got a food supply that comes to you, you know, that goes to all the locating restaurants that's in their area.
Yeah.
So they're good to go. And what I mean is, say if the customer gets into it with one of the employees and the manager gets involved and slams down and the manager slams down the employee for some god awful reason, just completely whoops his behind. He's probably getting fired.
Yeah.
And the restaurant won't be shut down, but he's getting fired. If you have your own restaurant and you're getting these type of troubles, you're most likely, it's going to be very grim for you. You know, it's going to be very, very grim. So that's why I say, like, franchise-owned restaurants, you know, I don't start getting to get away from franchise-owned restaurants and really start to look at these other type of restaurants that are like mom and pop places. The care and love that they put into it is just so much better.
There's something about the stress and fear of failure that just makes the food taste better.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, I've been watching. On Instagram, I watch Keith Lee. He's a food reviewer.
Oh, yeah.
And Mr. Chime Time. I like Mr. Chime Time more. I don't really watch Keith Lee that much. But I don't have no problem with it. But you know, that's
a guy I haven't seen in a while. Keith Lee. I've seen his videos pop up like a few times, but not in a long time. And I remember there was that trend where like if you Uber Eats something, if you put Keith Lee's name on it, they make it better. Remember that?
Yeah, they make it better. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I think you talked about it on the show like a long time ago, actually. So
probably did.
That was the last time I heard of him. Was like that weird little controversy he had where he's like, "Hey guys, like, look, don't do this," but apparently it works.
Nah, I mean, he's still pretty popular, but I don't really subscribe to him. But Mr. Chinatown is my guy. And
I
he's
gotcha.
just a regular guy, regular dude, just reviewing food for the masses of the people. And, so he's going to give you his honest assessment on what he thinks of these food.
Mhm.
And I know sometimes it gets flack, just like Keith Lee. These food reviewers that, don't own their own restaurant, I know people give them crap about it. It's like, what gives you the right to insult people that put their hard-earned money into their restaurants?
Yeah, but I eat food.
Exactly. And the reason why he's
we all
doing
eat.
this is, we all eat. And the reason why Keith Lee, Mr. Chinatown, and all these different food reviewers are doing this stuff now is because, look, people spend money, just like you spend your money to make this food, people spend their hard-earned money to eat this food.
Right.
And they deserve to know, hey, man, this food is not really good.
This is worth
You
your
guys got to
money.
do better than this.
This ain't worth
it's
your
not worth
money.
your money.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Food is already expensive as it is.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I don't want to spend my $25 for a plate of calamari and it's trash.
Yeah. It's soggy. It's not cooked all
and
the way.
It's soggy. And it's not
rubbery.
cooked all the way.
Yeah.
And that's not fair. And these restaurant owners, their egos get hurt and they get upset about it. And they feel some type of way because what makes you the qualification? What gives you the qualification to say these things? Oh, you're not Gordon Ramsay. You don't have a degree in cooking. You don't have to have any of that to know how to know how foods taste.
You could also just say, look, food, like art, is subjective. Everyone's taste buds is different, right?
Yes.
Any given day, your taste buds can be different. Some days you like potato salad, some days you don't. I wouldn't take a food review that seriously. I wouldn't get that mad at it. What are you doing? Why are you getting so angry?
Well, it's because of how he does it and but at the same time, at the end of each review, he already says, if you live in this area, check this place out. But he's going to give you his honest assessment of chicken that's dried, chicken that smells spoiled. What do you want me to do?
Very valid. What am I supposed to do here?
Yeah.
I can't lie. I can't say it's not spoiled.
Because how's that feel to lie to everybody, to lie to the fan base?
No, because then they would come back and be like, hey, you gave this place a good review and I got food poisoning. I blame you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, no, it's like you have to do this. And he's giving his honest assessment and I appreciate it for it. And he does, people say, oh, yeah, he's just doing it for reviews and stuff like that. It's like, brother, no, he's not doing anything for reviews. And he's actually a pretty good guy. He's actually giving restaurants money when he hears that there's stories and how the different times that they struggle.
Right.
He's giving them money too as well. Same thing for Keith Lee.
Right.
They've given back to some of these restaurants as well. So they're not just going around eating food and calling it trash.
Right. Because that's not how you do things.
That's not how you do things. And also too, when Mr. Chinatown comes in, he never says, hey, I'm on my way. Get ready, have the food ready for me.
Yeah.
He never does that.
I'm coming.
Yeah, I'm coming. Because of course, when just like Gordon Ramsay, if I tell you that I'm coming, then the food gonna be immaculate.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you'll try a little bit harder, right? But the point is to get you when you're regularly making food. This is what you're regularly making customers. I'm not trying to prepare you for me to come in. I want to get the food as you would make it for anybody else, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I get that. Speaking of influencers and stuff, there's an influencer I've seen a couple times out of Houston. The guy goes around to really bad parking lots and just makes a video about them. Have you seen this guy?
No, I haven't seen him.
Oh, it's funny because he literally just makes the video in the parking lot. He's like, I'm here on this side of Houston and what's been regarded as the worst parking lot in Houston. And then he lays out there's a pothole here, there's another pothole there. And he does it in a very funny way. And he's yelling while he's making the video. And then he'll do a follow-up. He'll do a follow-up video where and they fixed the parking lot. It worked.
So, I mean, at least they fixed it though. At least they fixed it and got down to it.
No, his videos actually get enough attention for the business to be all right, we'll fix the parking lot, I guess. Sorry.
That also goes into restaurants as well, because some of these restaurants have a very small parking lot. I don't have a parking lot at all.
Yeah, right. You got to do the parking garage or the parallel park or all that stuff.
So it's just, it's people that are able to use social media to a good advantage, and use it for in a healthy way.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
Keith Lee and Sean Time, they're good guys.
Yeah.
They're really, really good guys. And I appreciate their pool reviews. I know right now he's in New Orleans. He came to Houston a couple years ago. And,
Yeah.
boy, he tore us a new one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he tore us a new one.
Did he go to the Trill Burger?
Yeah. You went to Trill Burger, but I mean, everybody's tried Trill Burger. It's pretty good. But he went to a lot of, staple owned restaurants that are out here.
Oh.
Oof.
This is Keith Lee or the other guy?
Mr. Chomp Time. Yeah, he came down here and it's oof. It was pretty tough. It was pretty tough, man. And I remember Turkey. Well, he went to Turkey Legs up before they closed down. And he told their ass now.
This is why they're closed.
They closed for a whole plethora of reasons.
I've heard of them. I've only ever heard of them.
Man, it's just overrated. I always thought Turkey Leg was overrated, in my opinion.
Yeah, not a big fan of turkey legs?
No, I'm not. We're not a big fan of turkey legs. Now, damn sure ain't finna pay damn near $20 for one dry ass turkey leg that's not even cooked all the way.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, right. Because turkey's already kind of like a dry bird, so definitely don't want to eat a drier turkey leg.
Yeah, a drier turkey leg. I mean, back in the day, it used to be really, really good. I'm assuming. I think I had it once before. I had it twice in my life.
Yeah.
I wanted to stand out in the line for it because they used to have a long line back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because the people used to really go out there.
That's why I never tried Trill Burgers, because there was always a line.
Oh, that went down a long time ago. That lines and stuff went down.
Well, good.
Because they got another one now too.
Yeah.
Bundy, he put another one out here.
I think he's got like 2 or 3 of them, doesn't he?
I think just 2 right now.
2? I thought there was like 3.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It might be 3, but from what I know right now, it's only 2.
All right. Maybe one closed. Maybe that's what happened.
No. Oh, no. This restaurant is pretty successful. His burgers is pretty successful. I like the way he's been able to get the burgers out to the mass of people, like everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody has tried this burger, so that way, they have a healthy opinion of it.
Right. I mean, it also helps that he's a Houston native, right? Like, I mean, Houstonians show up for Houstonians, so.
Oh yeah. We always have.
Yeah.
Always have. I'll tell you, when it comes to showing out for like anything athletic or singing wise or rapping wise, oh man, you're the best day of the league. Houston's going to be right behind you.
Yeah. Speaking of Houston, I saw that they painted the Be Someone Bridge again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I guess it was like a crypto, I don't know, something about crypto, and then they changed it back to Be Someone. That poor bridge, man. Just leave the bridge alone.
They messed that bridge up a long time ago.
They really did. I feel like I don't know, the Be Someone thing is like iconic to Houston, but like for the last 4 or 5 years, it just feels like they've been fighting to keep the message up there. Just like, leave it alone. Go spray paint somewhere else. Why are we doing this?
Well, yeah. When they messed it up for the first time, I knew then. I was like,
that's it.
That's it. Yeah,
right?
that's it.
Because once you touch it the first time, it gives everyone else a reason to touch it. Yeah, it's like, all right, well, hey, free real estate. We're gonna change it up when we can.
I mean, well, for one thing, it was never supposed to be messed with. It was never supposed to be there in the first place.
Of course not.
And it just became a staple. Yeah, it's a graffiti, and it just became a staple of the city because you ride into town and you see it.
Yeah, Be Someone. And then, I mean, not for nothing, but Houston, a lot of famous people come out of Houston. A lot of very good, successful, famous people have come from Houston over the years.
Oh, yeah.
And still to this day, a lot of people are still coming. It's the 4th largest city in America, so of course, it makes sense. But it does match the vibe of Houston. just leave it alone.
And it was cool. It was cool because you never seen it before.
Yeah.
You had never seen that before, so it was really cool to see. It was really dope. But now that they touched that, it's like touching Picasso's painting.
Yep.
Once you touch Picasso's painting, it's never the same anymore.
No, that's it. It's the ship of Theseus, right? If you take apart the ship and then put new wood into it, is it the same ship? If you paint the graffiti over and you put it back later, is it the same graffiti? Does the message still stand? No.
It's not the same. I even hate that Houston even started embracing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because when they embraced it, it's when they embraced it is when the notoriety really came in, and it's like, oh, so we go and mess it up real quick.
Yeah, so of course, it leads into like, let me go touch it, let me go mess with it.
Yeah, so I kind of wish we hadn't. I kind of wish we never talked about it. Did you see a couple weeks ago that Jose Grinan, he used to be the Fox News Fox 26 News. He passed away.
I did not see that.
Yeah, man. He passed away, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I think 2 weeks ago. I was like, man,
R.I.P.
that guy, he had been doing Fox 26 for years. He was a good guy, man.
Former Fox 26 Houston anchor Jose Grinan has died.
Yeah. Love that guy, man. Love that guy. I remember him when I was a little kid.
72. I'm glad he's in his 70s. I don't know. Lately, there's been a lot of people in their 60s dying. I don't like that number. I'm halfway there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm halfway to that number.
Man,
so.
that was heartbreaking. Man. He was really cool. I remember him when I was a little kid. I was like in elementary. And that dude, man, yep. But at least he died. He died. I think he died of natural causes. If I'm not mistaken.
Let me see.
I never knew how he passed away.
Wait 1 second. I could probably tell you. I got the article up right now. It doesn't say. I want to say natural causes. Yeah.
Yeah, might have been natural causes.
So,
speaking of somebody who passed away, natural causes, Sly from the Sliding Family Stone passed away too. I saw it.
Yeah, that was a big news story locally.
Yeah,
as
man.
Well.
I was like, God, dog. Last time I saw Sly was on TMZ, and he was in his like this yellow little fancy looking bike, like something from X-Men. Like one of those X-Men toys from the kids' meal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, I think he was like 80 years old.
Dang.
Yeah, his body, he looked horrible. He looked horrible. I'm sorry, I'm not mincing words.
Well, from what I understand, I believe drug use is also involved in his life, right? I think he had some drug problems. Musicians always have drug problems, but that also ages you quite a bit. Let's be honest.
Yeah, of course, it ages you a lot.
Yeah,
so he looked really, really, really bad. So yeah, man, he was in charge of the P-Funk, man. The P-Funk era. So many songs I like by finding Everyday People. What's that? Yeah, man, he has so many jams. Hold on, let me pull it up. Yeah, so many songs I like.
Yeah. Famously diverse band, black, white, men, women. Very woke.
They were one of the
very woke for the 70s.
They were one of the first bands that were very had diversity in their band. Let's see, because a lot of bands didn't have diversity like that.
Of course not. They started in in the civil rights era, so diversity back then was for sure rare.
Yep, I want to take you high. You're higher. Yep, that's my song. Yeah. Everybody is a star. Stand up, man. This is some good records here, man. This is some good records. I used to love some Sly and the Family Stone. These fly, good, just good funk music. This music that will never ever be copied again.
That is true. I don't know if we'll ever have another funk era.
No, I mean a whole bunch of eras of music we won't have. Honestly.
Yeah, that's true.
When you look back at it,
but some things bounce back. Some eras come, some eras go. Funk is very specific. Funk is because
it was very 70s.
Yeah,
everybody was coked out of their minds back in the 70s. Everybody was on coke. I don't care who you were. Everybody had some dust that was on their nose.
Yeah,
everybody had some white powder.
Wasn't it like part of medicine at some point? I know it was in our sodas, but I'm pretty sure cocaine was also in medicine.
Well, yeah, because it was never supposed to be meant to be used as a complete drug, as a gateway for drugs. It was supposed to be like a balancing thing. You balance it with Coca-Cola. They put it in Coca-Cola and stuff like that. It was never supposed to be used as a drug for you to get high on.
Of course not.
It was never supposed, kind of like fentanyl. Fentanyl it's not supposed to be used that way. So yeah, back in the 70s, everybody was on it. And if you watch different videos from musicians or TV, American Bandstand, these artists, they were coked out of their minds and they were sweating.
It was a coke sweats.
That's like, it's the coke sweat.
The coke sweats.
When I was younger, I was like, why is they sweating so hard? Is the lights that damn bright? Is the light like, God damn, the light, what type of killer watts are they using out there?
It's a combination of that and then amphetamines running through their veins.
Man, let me tell you something.
Body's trying to keep up.
As somebody who's been under some serious lights, I ain't never sweat like that.
Right.
Not even once. Like them brothers were sweating. So R.I.P to Sly, man. That's my guy.
Yeah, man. Sad times. Sad times.
Yeah.
The old musical legends are slowly dying off. But yet Bob Dylan's still alive.
Bob Dylan's still alive, living up in the woods.
Bob Dylan's still alive, and he's working with Machine Gun Kelly, apparently. I don't know. He narrated like a trailer for Machine Gun Kelly's album.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just weird. Just weird.
Other than seeing weird, seeing, because when Sly had died that day, he died on a Monday, because the BET Awards that came on, and I watched it, which is really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was really, really, really good. And I saw Machine Gun Kelly on the red carpet. I said, what the hell you doing
BET
here?
Awards.
What the hell you doing here?
What?
You're not invited to this.
Get out of
like,
here.
Who invited you? Eminem's invited, but you're not invited. I'll invite every white person in the world before MGK is invited.
Right.
He is a joke.
I don't even know what genre he is anymore. I think he's gotten more to like, I don't know, some weird boy bandy pop. I'm waiting for him to go country like everybody else.
Well, the reason why he keep changing genres because none of the genres that he's in is very successful.
They don't really fit him. Yeah.
They don't fit him.
Yeah.
Hip hop it didn't fit. Rock it didn't fit. You know, now he does like what you say he does like
like I don't know,
B-boy music. Something?
Yeah, I think he's in the like pop, more pop now. Like I
he
said,
ain't got no choice.
I'm waiting for him to go country.
He probably is. He ain't got no choice.
Yeah,
he ain't got no choice.
You gotta dance around all the genres you can. You know.
Yeah.
I had a little story for you, James.
Yeah, what you got?
From recently. I secretly made a trek to Target the other day.
What you doing going to Target again?
Again? Well, you know, we're boycott. You remember we were talking about the boycott and stuff last week?
Yeah, you probably boycott.
Yeah, well, okay, so we had plans to make quesadillas at some point this week, right? Well, we don't have tortillas, or the tortillas we had went bad, right? So I was like, oh man, I need to go get tortillas. But I didn't feel like driving all the way down to the Walmart or the giant H-E-B with the 3 other stores inside of it. So I was like, I'm going to just pop down to Target. It's just some tortillas. I'm just going to pop down to Target and get some tortillas. Be real sneaky about it, right? And on the way, even when I came back home, I crumpled the bag and threw it in the trash can outside the apartment. So, like, I didn't even bring the bag into the apartment. I just brought in the tortillas. But so I go to Target. First time in like forever. And I walk through the doors, James, and I'm hit with a very overwhelming smell of fried chicken. And my first thought was like, if this is how they're trying to get back the black customers, yeah. I was like, I don't think that's the way to do it, Target. I don't think stereotyping your customers is the way to do this. You're going to go to Target for fried chicken? Is that what you're about to tell me?
You know, this is what you come in handy for. You could be the spy for the blacks. You go in, you try the fried chicken, you taste it, you report back to us. You bring back the fried chicken from Target and you report back to us.
Guys,
that's how you do it.
They got the real deal now. They don't
know. They don't know nothing.
They don't know.
They don't know nothing. They don't know your life.
No, but but straight up, like as soon as I walk in the doors, I'm like, wow, it smells like fried chicken. And my second thought was like, if this is really how they plan on getting back to black customers, I don't think that's the way to go.
I'm glad you said that. See, now this is what you could be needed for, man. This is the vessel. Is that use God's vessel, man? You're the vessel now.
It was just a funny thought I had where I was just like, man, if this is the way they're gonna do it, I don't know if that's the right way.
Because I had to think about it. I said, he going to Target. What the hell he going to Target for? I was like,
I just want to go get some tortillas.
He can kind of get away with it. He can kind of get away with it. Black people won't be as upset. It's like he can report back to us.
Right. There was I think there was like one black lady in there when I was walking through, and I was like, shame on her. As I grabbed the tortillas.
What was it? She was doing her little shopping though.
Yeah, she was doing her shopping, and I was like, shame on that woman. Shame on her for shopping here.
Cardi B had went to Target too with her kids and taking pictures in the thing and everything, taking pictures in the mirror and everything.
Not Cardi B.
She went there too. I mean, look, I get it. I don't go to Target for some fact. I'm not gonna sit there and spend that much money.
You got the Target money, I know. To be honest, I was surprised by how cheap the tortillas were. They were like $2. I was surprised by that. I was like, oh, this is the least amount of money I've ever spent at a Target.
So I ain't going to Target. Whether boycott or not, I want to go to Target anyway. So let's get that out the way.
That's true.
But, you know, for anybody else that want to boycott it, that's no problem. I mean, if people who don't want to boycott it, that's no problem either.
That's the beauty of this country.
You know, that's beautiful of this country. And also, too, at the same time, we have to know also, too, as Americans, everything is owned by somebody.
Yeah, you're not lying.
So if you don't go to Target, where else you gonna go?
Yeah,
I mean, if you the owner that owns Target, how do we know? How do we not know that he owns something else?
right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be blatantly ignorant here. I understand what we have to sacrifice our own stuff to get stuff done. I understand that, but
Right.
all I'm saying is everything is owned by somebody that you may not like.
Right. Well, I mean, that's a sad truth to it, where it's like, yeah, you can boycott this one business, but somewhere down the line, the true owners of the business is still profiting from you and somewhere else. Like, if you track who owns what, it really leads up to like the same 6 people.
Always.
Yeah, it's like the same 6 people, and then they have the people who work for them, and then it just trickles down. But it's kind of like that, which is a little creepy and scary and conspiratorial. But that is kind of partly the truth. Is like if you really track who owns what, who's got stocks in what, who's got shares in what, the same names come up on multiple businesses, unless you're a mom and pop shop. So it goes back to your point, James, where you should probably eat at mom and pop places more. You should probably shop at mom and pop places more.
Yep.
The flip side is that sometimes the mom and pop places are also more expensive than the regular places.
And I was about to say that too. Yep.
Because they have higher overhead and they don't have the same financial stability as like a corporate store would. So you got your pros and you got your cons. It's 2 sides of the same coin. You got to pick and choose. You just got to make the best decision for yourself.
Especially for Black people, because we have to support. Well, we don't have to, but it's needed to support one another,
right?
And businesses and all these different business ventures.
Right.
But sometimes you go to the business ventures, man, and I'm not going down my own race, but some of these places, I was just like, man, this is good business. I don't see it.
Yeah,
I don't see it.
Like, we got to do better. We
got to do a little bit better. That's all I'm saying. You just got to do a little bit better. Like, if you want me to spend something, got to do a little bit better with this. You know, and also, this ties back into Chow Time. He's with the Black-owned restaurants and said, hey, man, y'all got to do better than this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and recommend these places and y'all get mad at me. And I know y'all trying to make money. I know y'all trying to keep the business on. I know y'all trying to keep the lights on. But you got to make your food a little bit better.
Right.
Put a little care into it.
Right. Well, as someone who's Black by marriage, I noticed that you're right. I feel like Black people are more critical of Black-owned businesses, but also there are some Black people who feel like they should get a pass from other Black people for just being an entrepreneur or a business owner.
That's a good point.
So you have the ones who are like, no, we need to do better. We can do better than this. We have to do better. And then you have the other ones who are like, why can't you just support me because I'm trying to, build on my own thing? And it's like, you can do that, but you still got to put in the maximum effort.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and give you my hard-earned money and the food or the product that I'm buying. It's not good. It's not up to par.
Right. So, and that's what I noticed from conversations I have with my wife and, things I see on the internet or like things I've seen watching TVs and TV shows or interviews with, Black artists or Black business owners or whatever.
It's true, man.
I do see that like split.
It's true.
I love Jacob and James on the go podcast because I can like listen to it in the car or at home or like on the go. It's just super easy. You know what I mean?
As we move on to the show, I start a disclaimer that I did not see the Predator movie. I wanted
Shame
to,
on you.
But I never got a chance to. Yeah, I never got a chance to. I had a lot of stuff going on this week.
Shame on
you.
you.
So I wasn't around to get around to it. I totally forgot about it. We were doing the show.
I was so excited to talk about it with you.
Yeah, I never got not one piece of it. I ain't get one chance to. So I definitely plan on watching it. Yeah, I definitely plan on watching it, though. I might not got to watch Predator, but I got to watch the second best thing. The second best thing in cinema.
Okay.
And at this point, I think this should be an event. And Mr. Tyler Perry. This right here, you got to put an applause button right here, man. This is the applause button is needed for this man, Tyler Perry. You know what I want? I want Tyler Perry to make a Sony Marvel movie.
Okay.
I want him to make, between both of those people, both of those genres, they're both of their movies, like their movies and his movies, they're like events now. They're kind of like events now. It's like, I can't wait to see a Sonyverse movie because you know it's going to be bad, but you know it's going to be fun. So it's like, I can't wait to see it. Tyler Perry, the same thing. You know it's going to be bad, but you know it's going to be fun. So it's like, we should make it should be an event. Do you agree that these movies should be an event?
I don't know about all that.
It should be an event, man. It should be an event. It's always a good conversation to be had behind Tyler Perry
okay,
movies.
which Tyler Perry movies are we talking about? Are we talking about Medea movies, or are we talking about like the over the top dramatic ones?
His over the top dramatic movies.
Okay,
they are comedy galore.
Because I feel like Medea movies are already sort of events, or they used to be.
They don't count because you're already expected to go in laughing, and you already expected to go in with certain situations with his movies. They already got some underlying Christianity theme is enthralled in it. Right. So it's like, okay, no, these right here, he's trying to be serious, and they still come off as comedy classics. I love it. I love it. You can't get no better than this. I'm telling you. Tyler Perry needs to jump into Marvel. He needs to jump into the Marvel business. I'm telling you.
You can give him Blade.
No, I don't want him. I want him to do a Sony Spider-Man movie. I want him to do. Yes, I want him to do a Sony Spider-Verse movie. Oh man, give him a crack at one of these movies. I think it would be great. So, I was able to watch Straw with Taraji P. Henson, Sherry Shepherd, and who else is in here? Tiana Taylor, just the three great women. The Taraji P. Henson is so great as an actress, man. And I mean, it's not serious. I'm done joking about Tyler.
Okay,
for a second. Well, I like Taraji P. Henson is such a great actress. She can carry anything, and I hate that she does not get the recognition that she deserves because she is really, really great at what she does. And it's a shame that she's been underpaid her entire career of doing movies. I love Hidden Figures. Hidden Figures is so good with Kevin Costner. Like, she played a math physicist.
It was a good movie.
Yeah, that was really good. I love that movie. What's the other movie she did? This is the other movie she did with my man that played Hammer Tech in this Iron Man movie.
Oh yeah, damn. What is his name? He's in a lot of stuff.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, there you go.
Sam Rockwell. She did a movie with Sam Rockwell that was just chef's kiss, in my opinion. You know,
is that the one where he's a racist? Is that the one? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she was really good in that film. She's able to change herself in these different films, and this is no different. You know, she plays this mother who's struggling in life, and she's a single mother caring for one child, and everything. These clash events, this bad day turns into a horrific day. And when I tell you, this is like watching Falling Down with Michael Douglas and John Q all mashed into one.
Oh man.
Have you ever saw Falling Down?
I haven't seen Falling Down, but I've seen John Q.
Okay. Falling Down with Michael Douglas is basically guy has a bad day. People treat him like crap.
Yeah.
Then he just switch goes off in his head and he just starts to lose it.
I think that acted as some of the inspiration to the Joker movie, the first Joker movie, the good one.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Between that one and Taxi Driver and King of Comedy.
Yes.
But yeah, that's a good movie for Falling Down, Michael Douglas. I love that movie. And of course, John Q was about a guy who's trying to get a heart transplant for his son.
Yep. Classic. And good movie.
Good movie. The only difference between this movie and that movie, this movie here is unintentional. So the movie starts off. I can't really talk about this. I can't wait. I'm giddy. I'm so giddy to talk about this.
I have the Wikipedia plot, so I'll jump in here. So from what I understand is she's a single mother who lives in a rundown apartment. She's got like some sort of special needs daughter, or she's like really sick. She's helping her bathe, but she gets like called into work or something. I'm just like skimming this
So,
article.
okay.
She has a seizure. The daughter has a seizure in the bathtub at one point.
So she had to take her to school, and she has no money. She has to pay for her rent.
Mm-hmm.
The lady is like, "Hey, you 3 weeks overdue,
Yeah,
and it's time to pay up."
pay by 10 a.m.
I mean, I don't blame her.
right?
At one point, I was like, "You had 3 weeks. Like, what you been doing for 3 weeks, man?"
Right.
So all these events happen within an hour. She gets ran off the road by a guy, and this white guy who's just mad as hell. He is mad as hell. She didn't mean to bump into him.
Mm.
He was just like, "I'm going to make your day a living hell." And
Jeez.
I'm saying that's what he said. And it just happens to be a cop. He happens to be a cop. I was like, "What's wrong, man? Like, what the hell is this?"
Yeah, this is
Like,
really
all
This is a comedy of errors happening here.
And all this. Let's say a comedy of errors. Ouch.
you like that? That really got
Comedy
you?
of errors. It is, man. It's a comedy of errors, man. The boss won't let her leave the store. Yeah, she's like, "Look, I gotta get money to pay my rent. I gotta have $40 so I can give to my daughter so she can eat and stuff like that." So she gets called in. She gets called in to go to school because there's something wrong with her daughter. And then she goes to the school, and at first the grocery store owner, he wasn't gonna let her go because he's like, "Oh, you always got something going on." He said, "I'm gonna let you go, but you better be back within 30
You
minutes.
always got something going on.
You always got something going on."
Yeah,
Like,
man, you don't even know.
Everybody is so mean to her within an hour, and it's so rushed.
That's the
Like,
memes.
why?
That's the memes I've been seeing of this. Is like, oh, the single mom who's like going through all this crap. Yep, that must be a Tyler Perry movie.
But everything happens so fast within an hour.
Yeah, it's an
Like,
hour and 8 minutes. It's or 108 minutes. So
No, I'm talking about an hour or 13 minutes into the film.
yeah,
Like, everything happens so fast. Like, there's nothing that takes time. There's no building to any of these. Well, there's a building to the situation that leads up to her robbing the bank. But everything happens so gradually, so fast. Like, I've never seen a movie like that before. It doesn't pace itself as good. Like, come on, man. She finds her stuff out on the lawn because she couldn't do.
She got there
because she couldn't pay rent
at 10 a.m. and 59 seconds.
Yeah, and she got there late.
She was like a minute
and
late.
stuff was like, and when I tell you, Jacob, one of the most comedic scenes ever, where she see her stuff out on the lawn, it does one of the worst cuts I've ever seen in my life. One of the worst edited parts. She looks to the sky, and it's raining now because the rain is supposed to add for dramatic effect. It's raining only on her because I'm pretty sure Tyler Perry didn't have enough money for the whole area to be raining, so he rained only on her. And she looks up to the sky and says, "No."
Tyler Perry is just coasting.
I'll kid you not. She looks up to the sky and she just yells at the sky like, "Yeah!" Because she's mad because her daughter had a seizure at school. The foster care people had took her, and she started trying to tell them like, "Hey, she has seizures. I can handle it." But the lady's like, "Well, she's got all these different things that goes on with her. We need to come by the house." Well, I'm about to get evicted from my house.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Well, we just gonna take her with us. So that she got that going on. The boss is on her. The boss is on her ass to fire. She got rent due. Her car was taken because she ain't had no. She had tickets. Her car was due because the car is repo. So the car is taken as well. The car is taken as well.
Dang.
I'm like, all this happens within 19 minutes of the film, and we haven't even got in good yet. So then she goes in the back, talk to the grocery store manager. "I need my check." He said, "I'm not." The guy's like, "I'm not giving you because I saw you go across the street to the bank to try to get some money out."
Mm-hmm.
You know, and one of the grocery ladies like, "Yeah, I saw." She saw her go to the bank because she's trying to get the $40 in her bank account. She wasn't able to do it. The lady wouldn't let her get the money out of her bank account, even though she comes there every day. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So the grocery manager's like, no, I'm not giving you anything. So then a random dude comes in the back where the manager's office is and robs the grocery manager and says, I need the money. I need to give me the money right now. So then she bumps into him, the guy with the gun, and he ends up, the guy with the gun ends up getting killed.
Wait,
so then,
what?
Yeah,
She kills him?
She didn't kill him. It was an accident. And she bumps into him and he got shot. He got shot. So then she picks up the gun and then the grocery manager's like, oh, you set this up, didn't you? You set this up. You set all this up because he knew you by name. That's like, he just looked up the badge. What would make you think that she set you up? He easily looked at the badge. He looked at the badge. I don't understand. So he looked at he's about to 911. He's dialing 911 and he's saying, yeah, one of my employees, she set me up. She set me up. So then R.I.P Henson, she's thinking to herself, I can't go to jail. I have a child to take care of. She shoots the grocery store manager.
Oh, man.
Blood spattered everywhere. She got her, she takes her check that she got, goes across the street to the bank, gun still in hand. She asks one of the clerk tellers, can you cash the check? Blood is spattered on the check, might add. And the clerk lady is like, yeah, I mean, he said, I can cash it. Yeah, no problem. Well, this is jelly stains? She
what is this jelly stain?
Yeah, she jokingly says it's jelly stains. And Taraji's character is like, yeah, sure. It's jelly stains.
Whatever gets you to cash check, lady.
Whatever gets cash check.
It's whatever you want to do.
The lady's like, do you have an ID? And she's like, no, I don't have my ID, but I come here all the time. I understand, man, but
that'll be nothing.
I have to have an ID for you to cash a check. So the whole time, Taraji's like, I just think you should cash a check. I don't understand. She's yelling out loud. She sounds like a crazy woman.
All right. Pause.
What you got?
That character has to be the only, like, logical character so far. She's like, look, it's protocol. I just need the ID. I know you come in here every day, but I gotta do it. Otherwise I get fired. Like, just the one person who's just doing their job, like, not trying to be mean to her, not trying to ruin her day like everybody else in this movie. Just the one person who's like, I just need the ID.
She's like, hey, I just need the ID so I can cash it, so you can cash the check. That's just law. So then she breaks out, R.I.P Henson's character break out the gun. She's like, why? He's like, I don't understand. Why do you, what are you being so scared of? I don't understand. I just need you to cash my check. I need to do this. So Sherry Shepherd's character, she's the manager of the bank, and she sees what's going on, and she's like, oh my God, she has a gun. Now, what I also didn't add in this detail, she has R.I.P Henson had brought her daughter's backpack.
No.
Now, in her daughter's backpack, there's allegedly a bomb.
What?
It's a bomb in there now.
No, it's like a science project, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a science project, but it looks like a bomb. It looks like a bomb, Jacob. Everything that you would think a bomb looks like that. So I'm like, where did you get the tools to make this? Where did you get the tools to make this? And he never explains that at all. He does not explain these things at all.
His daughter just made a bomb for science, I guess.
It's got a configuration button on there where you can turn on the switch, turn off. There's like a little red dot that comes on. It's got a whole bunch of wires hooked up to a whole bunch of aerosol, like a whole bunch of cans and stuff, like a Raid can or what's called an air freshener can. I'm like, what the hell was she making? That was never clarified in this movie at all. So, back to the story. Everybody thinks that this is a bomb, and she has a gun in her hand, and she's holding up the bank. Meanwhile, R.I.P Henson's character she's obviously having a mental breakdown right now because it's like she does not know how it looks to everybody else right now. That's like, you're robbing us. And she's like, I'm not trying to rob anybody. I just want to cash my check. And then the clerk had threw the money at her. And she threw a whole bunch of money. She's like, Taraji's character, like, I don't need this money. I just need my check to be cashed. I don't want all this extra stuff. I just want my money to be cashed. And when I tell you, it leads up to even more funny ass stuff. So that's when Tiana Taylor's character pops up. She is a cop, which she is the most unbelievable cop I've ever seen in my life. She does not look like a cop at all. She looks all glammed up, fancy looking wig, and she looks beautiful, my dad. I love her, Tiana Taylor. She looks beautiful, but she does not look believable at all as a cop. So her and her partner are looking for the evidence and trying to figure out who this person is, how this person did what they did. Why did they kill the manager? Because they saw the camera, and it's like, oh shit, because she killed her boss. They ran across the street and robbed the bank. And she's asking some of the employees that works there, and the employees like, she wouldn't do this. You know, she's a good person. She's a very good person. She's just struggling a lot, you know, and she needs help. And she's a single mom trying to make it. So Tiana Taylor's partner, he doesn't care about all those things. He's looking at the fact that she killed somebody in cold blood, and now she's robbing the bank. We need to get her, you know, and she got a bomb, allegedly. And she got a bomb. So the whole time, Tiana Taylor, she's trying to gather enough evidence and get enough clues. She goes to the apartment that she's been evicted from, trying to talk to the landlord. The landlord's talking smack, talking about, yeah, I kicked out because she wasn't paying her rent. And then pause also as well. Sinbad is in this movie, which I do appreciate. I do appreciate Sinbad getting some work in here. I appreciate Tyler Perry for deploying him and letting him be in this film. Tyler Perry, he's good at that stuff.
I had the opposite reaction because I read on the Wikipedia that Sinbad was in it, so I've just been waiting for you to bring him up.
Yeah, he played a homeless guy.
My reaction was he dragged Sinbad out of retirement for this.
I mean, well, he's not. Technically, he wasn't in retirement.
Yeah, I know. I looked at like his last couple of films, but I was like, he dragged Sinbad into this.
I mean, it's money, man. You know, he needs work. You know, the stroke. You know, remember he had that stroke.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah.
So I appreciate him employing him, and those are the good things. Like as much crap as I talk about Tyler Perry, and I make fun of him all the time. Dude really is a good man.
He's a little out of touch. Is my takeaway.
I don't think he's out of touch. I don't think he's out of touch. I just think that he has a very niche audience, and they like what they like, and which is okay. Cool. Whatever. I mean, it's not really for me. These movies are not really for me.
I've seen a meme, or yeah, I guess it's a meme. A photo of a tweet or whatever, which is a meme. I've seen a meme where it's like Tyler Perry makes black movies for white people.
Yeah, I would say that, but he also makes movies for the people that are Christians and like
that is true.
Heavy Christian, like gospel people, like people that are just Baptist people.
Yeah,
you know, cool, whatever. If that's your stick, cool. I particularly don't like that style. I don't like the heavy handedness of his movies. That's just me,
right?
But so back to the story. Talks to the landowner, the landlady, and you know she's being a dick about it the entire time. So Tiana Taylor's like, cool, you ain't worth the time. So as we're gradually going along, Tiana Taylor she's figuring out, she's like, I don't think this person is who she thinks, you know, she might not be this person that we're all thinking she is. She's not a cold-blooded heart person. You know, she's just a person that had a really, really, really bad day that happened within 19 minutes of the movie. So, so after that, the chief pulls up, chief of police pulls up. He said, well, if that's the case, then talk to her. So she becomes the negotiator, and she builds a relationship with Tiana's character, with Taraji's character, and they're talking it out. And she's trying to get her to surrender, and she's trying to get her, you know, to do all these things and stuff. So everything's going good, but there's only one holdup. Taraji's like, I'm not coming out to anywhere. I'm not coming out there because there was a cop that stopped me earlier, and he was a real mean guy. He was a hellraiser, and he said that if I see you again, and we ever cross paths, I'm going to make sure you never see the light of day. In so many words. And I'm like, what the hell type of dude is this? Like, well, I don't understand what type of cop would talk. Well, I know what type of cop would talk like that. But still, it's just like, really? Like, why are you so upset at her? You rammed her off the road, my guy. And you being so a douchebag the entire time about it. So she's not coming outside until this guy is apprehended, because he's going to shoot her if he on sight, without a doubt. If she goes out there and surrender, we already know that. Watching this movie, we can all be serious enough to say that, hey, if this cop sees her, he gonna put about 5-6 bullets in him.
Yeah.
So they're trying to find out. Tiana Taylor character and her partner are trying to find out who is this guy that threatened her, and who is this guy stuff, that rammed her off the road. So that's almost like most of the movie, trying to find this guy. And also, too, the rest of the hostages that are in there, they're like, look, can we get out, please? Because...
Can we go?
Yeah, can we go? And she ended up like, yeah, you can get out of here. I don't care. Just go, please. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I just want my money. I just want my money cash. I just need my check cash so I can help my daughter and pay my rent. And it's so sad, man, the cause and events. And they're trying to... There's a twist in this film that I saw coming from a mile away. And it's one of the most M. Night Shyamalan twists I've ever seen in my life.
I read what it was.
So as we get late into the film, tensions are starting to build. FBI is not involved. They're still trying to find the cop that said these nasty things to her. They end up finding the cop. Tiana Taylor end up punching this dude in the face. Get his ass out of there. And he's going to be apprehended. They never said he was going to be fired. Is he going to be looked at? So most likely he gonna keep his job.
He's going to be apprehended. Yeah, he
just told him.
They'll suspend him. He'll go to a different police station. We know how this works.
We all know how it works. So Liz like, okay, cool. Tiana Taylor. I mean, we got the guy. It's time for you to come out. FBI, you're ready to come in here and do harm. They're ready to do some business because it's nighttime. People are really starting to ramp up out here. They heard your story. Yeah, they're rooting for you now. They're everybody's behind her 100%. So it's starting to get real crazy outside. They find the little brat pack. Taraji P. Club pulls out the bomb, allegedly. And she's like, it's like, please, you don't have to do this. Like, what are you talking about? That's a bomb, right? It's like, no, it's not a bomb. It's my child's science project. At that point, I was like, okay.
All right.
Y'all couldn't figure this out because it kept going off. The beeping alarm kept going off on it. So she turned off the switch. She's like, yeah, it was just a science project for my child. So at that point in time, things are starting to get high. Tension start getting high. FBI like, hey, she got a couple more minutes. We about to bust in and do our thing. So then that's when her mom calls her. And her mom is like, what are you doing holding up this bank? So, well, I wanted to get $40 for her daughter so she can eat lunch. It's like, but baby, she's dead.
Oh.
She's dead. She's like, and then that's when she goes back in her memory and it shows you all the events that led up to her passing away. She died the night before. And it shows you from that morning, she had just a mental breakdown. She was talking to herself. She was pretending like her daughter was behind her and she wasn't. The landlady was looking at her and the tenants were looking at her like, damn, she's just talking to herself the entire time. She's acting like her daughter's right there.
That's crazy.
She's dropping off her imaginary daughter at school. The principal looking at her and she waves at the principal and the principal's like, hi, why are you? And then she goes to the school to talk to the principal about this, a daughter having a seizure, but it's like, the principal's like, what are you doing? I didn't call you. I didn't call you for anything.
Yeah.
We know your daughter died. Like, what are you doing here? And so all those events led up to this. And yeah, so she had a mental breakdown.
Just giant mental breakdown.
Just a mental break. Look, I'm not joking about that part, but this is where the reviewer in me really gets upset with Tyler Perry. None of it felt earned. You know what I'm saying? It didn't feel earned.
Well, it's like, who is this movie for? Like, who's supposed to watch this movie and be like, I identify with this character? Like you created a character and then just proceeded to give them the worst life imaginable.
And the worst day ever.
Worst day, worst life. Like, you run into the worst people.
Well, don't get me wrong. It happens every day in life, but it happens in ebb and flows. It happens in ebbs and flows. You know what I'm saying? And it just feel like that death wasn't earned. It's like something that was just tacked on for the movie purposes.
Well, yeah,
of this.
because it's like, oh, if you didn't think she had it bad enough already, turns out all this was for naught because her kid's already been dead. She's just having mental problems.
Yeah, she had a mental breakdown. And I'm just like, it didn't feel earned at all. And I did not like that part. I didn't like that part at all. So, you know, after all of that, she goes outside with Sherry Shepherd because she builds a relationship with Sherry Shepherd.
Mm.
And she's telling Sherry Shepherd had already known that her daughter was gone.
Yeah.
She found out that day. So, cause she comes to that bank all the time.
Right.
Taraji comes to that bank all the time with her daughter. So she knows her when she sees her. And, you know, she told her, hey, could you take care of my daughter and all that stuff before she, you know, before the audience knew that the child was already gone.
Right.
So they build such a rapport with each other. So she holds her hand, walks her outside. She surrenders. Taraji P. Henson puts her in the car, you know, and that's the end of the movie. Because that was a premonition that she had that if I don't surrender, the FBI is gonna come here, put a bullet in my chest.
Right.
So when she thought about it, she was like, yeah, I need to go outside and surrender immediately. So and she did that. So that was the end of the movie. You know, take what you will with it. I can say it was a regular, usual Tyler Perry movie. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot. It was just a lot.
Hit all the beats of a Tyler Perry film. From the sounds of it.
Oh yeah, all the beats, all the fixings.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All the fixings.
all the fixings of Tyler Perry movie, man. You gotta look.
It was like, who
got the asshole guy.
It's like, who's that for, Tyler Perry? Like, what do you think is happening in the real world? On the streets? Like,
look, this stuff does happen every day. People go through it.
Yeah.
Often. People do not have money to eat. People do not have money to pay rent. You know, obviously, I trust me, I know about that. And so I get it. People do have these different issues. Well, I just felt like everything was so rushed. The pacing was bad. And I will say this is probably one of his better films that he's done because I still found it a little bit enjoyable. And I think a lot of that was held together because of Taraji P. Henson's.
Yeah.
You know, she's so good. Like I said, she's so good of an actress, and she can do anything. I love her. Like I said, Hollywood needs to do her a lot better than what they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? So I give her kudos on that. But this movie, man, it is so all over the place, and I just will never understand. The only thing I leave this film thinking is why the hell did he never explain what the hell science project that was that she was making? It looks like a bomb, man. It looks like a bomb.
Mean, everything seemed like a hallucination, sort of. So she could have made the bomb herself.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you know, she brought her back. Where's why she brought the backpack with her? Because it's like a coping mechanism, right? Yeah. You know, it's a coping mechanism. I get that. So, but it was like, yeah, I'm going to think it's a bomb the entire time, Taraji, because baby, you got a gun in your hand, you got blood on the check, you got this backpack, you got a backpack with a whole bunch of wires to it, and it's like, what is this? And it's making a loud beeping noise with a red button to it. So what am I supposed to think? What is everybody supposed to think? And she's confused because she's like, why would you think it was a bomb?
Because it looks like a bomb.
Because it looks like a bomb.
If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, it's a duck.
Hey, come on, man.
It's a bomb.
So my score for this movie with, you know, 10 being the highest, I give it 3 out of 10, man. 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. What you laughing for? It's 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
What
I don't know. Just make me laugh.
3 out of 10. 3 out of 10, Jacob.
You sound like you had a good time.
I did have a good time. I don't mean I would give it a 5 out of 10. You don't deserve it. Man. 3 out of 10, Jacob. I say all that to say. 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. All right. Well, there you go, folks.
See, you don't even have to watch the movie. I told it for you.
Yeah, I definitely don't need to watch the movie. You chose that over Predator?
Like I said, man, I wasn't able to get the Predator that time.
Ugh. You chose that over Predator.
Oh man.
Go watch Predator.
I tell everybody you American friends now. You laugh so much.
Why don't you give your review of Predator then?
My review of Predator?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Had a lot of good action. And it introduced, I don't know if it introduced anything like new to the lore. It just kind of, it showed some things that actually kind of make sense when you think about it in the terms of like how all the Predator movies are kind of not really, I guess, connected. You know what I mean? Like every Predator sequel is just a new Predator story, right? Like Hutch doesn't show up in Predator 2. They don't show up in Predator 3. They don't show up in Predator 4.
True.
Sure as hell they don't show up in Prey. Because that's like way before any of those times. So there is a thing they show at the very end of it, which is what I wanted to talk to you about, but you haven't seen it, so I can't.
I don't care, man. You go ahead. Let's go ahead on, man.
James. Okay.
Let's go ahead on.
All right. So in the Predator film, right? It's an anthology movie, right? There's a Viking tribe that fights a Predator. There's a two samurai brothers who fight a Predator, and then there's like a World War II pilot who fights the Predator, right? Each one of them is a different looking Predator, which I really like. So like the Viking one was like a really brutish one, like looking Predator. The samurai was like really skinny and agile. Obviously, he's fighting samurai. The World War II one was really cool because it was a dog fight. Like they were like he was fighting him in the air, right? Like they were doing a whole dog fight with this Predator and the Predator ship. And the Predator had like, it wasn't even wearing a mask. He had like some weird like eye patch.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
He kind of looked cybernetic. That was my favorite Predator because he almost looked like a cyborg of sorts. And in each one of these stories, they kill the Predator. And then it shows them on a Predator ship. Like they all get captured soon after killing their prospective predators. And mind you, they're across different time periods, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Towards like the last like 30-ish minutes of the film is the three of them meeting each other on the ship. And essentially what happens is shortly after they kill the predators, they're picked up by the other predators and they're frozen in time, like cryogenically. And then they're taken to some kind of like Colosseum type planet where they make them do battle with each other. And it's like, that's where the killer of killers comes from, right? Because like,
oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Because there's a big predator. He's wearing like a spine cape and he's like talking in his language, but they have like a little translator thing. And he's like, you guys fight to the death and the winner gets to fight me. You become the killer of killers. That's the whole, that was the plan. Well, of course they don't fight each other, or they kind of fight each other, but then they team up and they end up getting away. Or like the Viking lady sacrifices herself and the Japanese guy and the World War II pilot end up like flying away. Because the World War II pilot is like, look, I fly planes. I can figure out how to fly a predator ship, which is really like, no, you can't. You're not going to figure that out. But they go to fly away, James. And then the predator with the spine cape is like, we're just going to go get him. And he raises his fist and like a whole fleet of predator ships just like rise up. And so it goes to blank and it says Predator, Killer of Killers, right? It's kind of like cliffhangery because you don't know if they really got away or not. But as the credits roll, or before the credits roll, they show some other predators like pushing one of the cryogenic like cases that the people were in. And he's going down like this big room with like all these other cryogenically frozen creatures, like alien creatures, like different sizes, different shapes, like everything's frozen over. And they pass one, and inside that cryogenic chamber is the girl from Prey.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, because it's the same guy who did the Prey movie, right? He came back to do this animated one, and he's coming back to do the Badlands movie in November. Or he already did it, but it comes out in November, right? So Khadija and I were talking after that, and we were like, you know what? That's really cool, because that subtly explains why Arnold Schwarzenegger never shows up in any of the other movies. Danny Glover never shows up. Like, every movie is a different protagonist because anybody who kills the damn predators, they just come pick them up and,
Yep.
and bring them to like a Coliseum kind of planet. Like, I like that little bit of lore addition. And it's a very good way of like just kind of dismissing like, oh, why don't these characters ever reoccur? It's like, well, they kill a predator is going to come pick you up, because a predator is supposed to be like the ultimate hunter in the universe. If you kill one of them, they're going to come get you. They're going to take you
I
out
do
the
think
field.
it's kind of funny that they come pick you up. They come pick you up.
Yeah.
'Cause they never hints that in any other movies that they come pick you up.
Right. This is the first one that kind of shows that. And I was like, oh, I like that little bit of lore addition. And it made me think, like, I think that's why I like the Predators more than the Alien movies, is because every Predator movie has been different. They've done different things with them. They do try, and they don't really like expand on the Predators too much between movie to movie, but there are subtle things that they kind of add in, and you kind of figure it out. Like the third movie where they like have a whole hunting planet. Like sometimes they just abduct you and they hunt you on a planet. Or like this one where it's like, oh, sometimes if you kill a predator, we just come pick you up and we make you compete in the Coliseum. Like, we'll kill you eventually. You're just proving yourself to be bigger and badder prey if you kill one of us, right?
That's cool.
And so I was like, yeah, that's kind of what I like about the Predator movies more than the Alien movies, because the Alien movies, they're all kind of, you know, I said this about the Fede Alvarez, the newest one. What was it? Alien something or other.
Requiem? I think it wasn't Requiem. It was, I forgot what it was called.
I know, it came out last year too. We talked about it too on the show. But
we talked about
the
it.
latest Alien movie, I made the comment. I was like, oh, like it looks good, but it's just Alien all over again. And I said that in our review. I was like, yeah, it was good, but also wasn't anything new, right? And Alien did try to do new things. They tried Prometheus and they tried the one after that. And I think the difference is they tried to do too much new stuff. It wasn't as subtle as like what the Predator movies have been doing. And not that the Predator movies have done things that worked all the time. Like they have the one Predator movie where it's like super autism save the day or something.
Oh, that was hard. That's the worst Predator movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. That is the worst one, because it was like the super autism and then they had like a super predator suit at the end.
Yeah.
That was weird. We don't talk about that one that much, but all the other Predator stuff has been really good. Like Prey introduced like, oh, Predator going after people in different timelines, which led into this movie where like, oh, Predator actually just comes to Earth occasionally, like the Viking era, the Samurai era, like World War II. They just come through.
I think that's true.
And it's interesting because Predators aren't really like, they're not world domination aliens, right?
No, they're not.
They are straight up just hunters. Whereas aliens, like the xenomorphs, xenomorphs are really just parasites. They're not even world domination either. They're just parasites. They're the bed bugs of space.
True.
To tie it in the current
I
events.
was gonna say that, but yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, kind of. You know, you don't want to get a xenomorph, right? You tell your friends you got a xenomorph, they're not coming over. You're like, yeah, I got a xenomorph at home. You still want to come watch the game? No, I'm good.
It's a badass name, though. It's a badass name.
Yeah, well, they're kind of badass creatures as well. But acid blood, they got two mouths. You know, they got some cool things. But but I think that's kind of like the difference is what the Predator movies do well is they add lore subtly and slowly. Whereas the Alien movies, like they tried to do like the whole origin and they tried to like really change things up too fast, I think. And that's what kind of caused tension with people. It was like, what is this? Like we got engineers, we got generations of xenomorphs.
The last Alien movie, it was good up until the point where they started to rely back to nostalgia.
Yes.
Because they actually did do stuff that was a little bit different.
A little bit.
But then when they started relying back onto nostalgia, and then the whole climax at the end of it is where it started falling short again.
Right.
You know.
And
so it was a little bit different.
Right. And it's curious to see where he goes next, because I know he's doing another one set after this movie. Like again, between the original Alien movies, but like after this one or whatever. And then they got Alien Earth coming out, where the aliens land on Earth. And I saw a trailer for it, and again, dark hallway, aliens attacking people. So I'm like, how much of Alien Earth are we gonna see on Earth?
You just don't like Alien. You just don't like Alien. You just don't like Alien. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I'm more harsh on Alien, but I did really enjoy Predator, Killer of Killers. I think it was really good. I think it introduced some new themes that interested me. Animation was good. Animation's always fun, and I'm glad it wasn't a series. I thought it was going to be a series. I'm glad it's not.
They said it was going to be a movie.
I see. I wasn't entirely for sure, but whole hour and a half. You're done. You know, kick back until November when Predator Badlands comes out, which I'm excited for because again, new themes. Predator is the protagonist.
Yep.
You know, it's like a younger hunter, younger predator on his first hunt. Like this is like the proving himself mission or herself. I think it's supposed to be a female predator, from what I understand.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Which apparently had some people up in arms, but I'm like, I don't know. It's a predator. They don't really look male or female.
The female predator, these nuts. You up in arms by something.
Right?
Up in arms, these nuts.
What? It's an alien monster with a gross face. Like, why are we mad?
Jesus Christ, man.
Right? And then,
Jesus, man.
And then again, you know, they're in Predator Badlands. They have like that the girl who's on the planet, but it seems like she's a synthetic. So it seems like they're trying to get the ball slowly rolling back into like maybe a new Alien versus Predator franchise.
Yeah.
One that makes more sense. One that's not what the originals were, or especially the sequel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We'll see what happens with that.
So what would you give it? What would you give it? What's the score?
I want to say 8 out of 10. I don't want to give it a perfect 10, but I don't want to give it a 9. I think 8's pretty solid.
Okay.
Yeah, 8's solid.
Final answer?
Yeah, final answer. I do recommend it though. You should definitely watch it, even though I spoiled the big surprise at the end.
That's okay.
But it was so cool. When we saw that, we were like, "Oh my god, that makes so much sense." That's why we never see any of the other characters. That's why it's always new people.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. Well, I'm definitely gonna watch this weekend after I get through watching How to Train a Dragon.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to see that not over the weekend, but on the Monday. So
that's it, man. That's all I got for today.
Yeah, that's all I got too. We talked about a bunch of cool stuff. So if you wanna join the conversation, you can email us at onthegopod2023@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. It's On The Go with Jacob and James. Reach out, send us a message or comment on one of our clips, what you think about the show, or email us what you think about Predator, what you think about Straw, James's new favorite movie, apparently. So just let us know your thoughts. And if you want to find us individually, you can find us at jacobdantone.audio on Instagram, and you can find James on Instagram at
James9794.
Yes, sir. And without further ado, I'm on the go, James is on the go, and we are all on the go.